The battlefield in Donetsk Oblast has become a focal point of the ongoing conflict, with Russian forces making significant territorial gains throughout early 2025. Reports from copious media outlets highlight Russia's success in seizing control of nearly all settlements in the region. Here's the latest news we've gathered for you. On February 11th, the Center Group's Guards Combined Arms Army announced the capture of Dzerzhinsk, a settlement in Donetsk. The battle for Dzerzhinsk was described as intense, as Ukrainian forces put up fierce resistance in a bid to hold the town. However, Russian troops ultimately breached their defensive lines, paving the way for further advances. 3 days later, on February 14th, Russia claimed another victory. The Russian state-owned news agency, TASS, reported that Russian forces had liberated Dokhnoye in the Donetsk People's Republic. The Russian Minister of Defense, Andrei Belousov, publicly commended the 150th Guards Motor Rifle Idritsa Berlin Order of Kutuzov Division for their role in the operation. On the same day, the Center Group of Forces also secured the settlement of Zelenoy Pole, extending Russian control deeper into Donetsk Oblast. While these territorial gains were unfolding, Russian forces intensified their operations in southern Donetsk. Assault detachments of the Vostok Group of Forces pushed aggressively into the depth of Ukrainian defensive positions. A crucial factor behind Russia's success in these operations has been the extensive use of UAVs. These drones play a dual role, conducting reconnaissance to identify Ukrainian positions and executing precision strikes on key targets. Drone operators have been particularly effective in eliminating Ukrainian tanks, armored vehicles, and personnel detected by reconnaissance units. At the same time, Russian air defense systems remained active, intercepting several Western-supplied munitions. Among the intercepted weapons were a guided JDAM aerial bomb, 3 US-made HIMARS MLRS projectiles, 3 French-made Hammer aerial bombs, and a staggering 202 fixed-wing UAV. These interceptions highlight Russia's continued ability to counter Ukrainian long-range strikes despite the intensity of the conflict. On February 15th, Russian forces achieved another milestone. Units of the Center Group of Forces successfully captured Berezovka in the Donetsk People's Republic. The momentum did not stop there. On February 18th, the Russian Ministry of Defense announced that units of the Center Group of Forces had seized Yasinovoye, another settlement in the Donetsk People's Republic. Meanwhile, the Vostok Group of Forces maintained their pressure on Ukrainian positions. Their Boomerang FPV drone teams from the 40th Marine Brigade continued to strike Ukrainian targets in southern Donetsk. In addition to drone strikes, Russian artillery played a central role in these operations. Uragan 27 MLRS unleashed heavy bombardments on Ukrainian troop concentrations and equipment near Konstantinopol, Skudnoye, and Dneproenergaya. These continuous strikes weakened Ukrainian defensive capabilities and allowed Russian ground forces to maintain their forward momentum. The success of Russian forces in Donetsk Oblast can be attributed to a combination of intense training, tactical adaptability, and the extensive use of advanced military technology. Unmanned aerial vehicles have emerged as a critical tool in Russia's battlefield strategy. Not only do these drones provide real-time intelligence on enemy movements, but they also deliver precision strikes that disrupt Ukrainian defenses. In parallel, Russian artillery, particularly systems like the Uragan and BM-21 Grad, remains a formidable weapon in their arsenal. These heavy artillery systems have been instrumental in softening Ukrainian positions before Russian troops advanced to secure territory. As the former center of government for the Soviet Union, Russia inherited a vast arsenal of Soviet-era weaponry, giving it a significant advantage over other former Soviet states. Among the most formidable pieces of this legacy is its artillery, a category where the Soviet Union excelled in both design and production. One of the most powerful and enduring artillery systems from the Soviet era is the BM-27 Uragan, also known as the Hurricane. Designed in the 1970s, the BM-27 remains a cornerstone of Russian artillery operations today. This self-propelled 220mm multiple rocket launcher was engineered to deliver cluster munitions with devastating effect. Given their shared Soviet heritage, it is unsurprising that both Russia and Ukraine continue to operate similar artillery systems. Despite receiving advanced weaponry from NATO countries, Ukraine still maintains Uragan systems in its arsenal. However, recognizing the need to maintain superiority, Russia has modernized its artillery capabilities over the years. In 2008, the Russian military introduced the Uragan 1M, a bi-caliber variant designed to enhance flexibility and firepower. This updated system can carry 2 interchangeable pods, either 12 launch tubes for larger 300mm rockets or 30 tubes for the original 220mm rockets, providing greater versatility in combat scenarios. For example, during the February 2025 offensive, these systems were heavily used to support the Vostok Group's assault on settlements in South Donetsk. Another artillery system playing a pivotal role in Russia's offensive is the BM-21 Grad. This is a self-propelled 122mm multiple rocket launcher designed to deliver rapid, widespread destruction. Mounted on a Ural 375D 6x6 truck chassis, it carries 40 launch tubes arranged in a rectangular configuration. This design allows the launcher to deliver a full salvo in seconds, covering an area of approximately 0.8 to 1 hectare. Such destructive capacity makes the BM-21 particularly effective against large area targets, including troop concentrations, vehicle convoys, and airfields. In the early February of 2025, the Russian Ministry of Defense released footage showcasing the BM-21 Grad in action during the Donetsk campaign. These artillery strikes were crucial in supporting Russian assault groups advancing in the Krasnoarmysk direction. Despite Russia's territorial gains, the battle for Donetsk Oblast is far from over. Ukrainian forces continue to resist, leveraging defensive tactics and technological support to challenge Russian advances. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.